Hello. It's Wednesday. Great things happen on the peak of the week, right? So we are either sort of super jazzed and enthused about what's to come or what's been going on, right? So hopefully this is not the peak of our potential, but at least sort of the peak of that feeling like there's something really awesome to progress with, to move forward. If my apologies for Monday. Apparently, my signal went out, and I guess on this platform, it doesn't recover if that comes back, and we have to restart something entirely new. So I don't have a Monday practice that was saved from that. So if you're looking for that power practice, there's plenty of other ones that are still on this channel that you can grab onto. Okay, so without any more sort of outside of the direction babble, today I have been thinking a lot about goodness, and I have a trigger word, and that trigger word is deserving, and it has been a trigger word of mine for a very long time, and I'm starting to think why is that such a hard thing for me to feel like I can practice, right? Practicing deserving. It feels so sort of privilege, right? And also things makes me feel like maybe I have to be worthy of something, right? And so then it goes into maybe my background psychology. Anyway, recovering from that, goodness is something that we can feel, right? I feel good with gratitude, right? Being nurtured, cared for, feeling loved, and also doing those things for myself, right? So I can only be the best version of myself if I feel good, right? And sometimes that's a struggle, right? We can kind of play with those words back and forth, but in today's practice, right, I mean for us to just kind of tap into the way that we align ourselves to be in a good place, right? To be in a place where we feel like we deserve to feel that good way so that we can do the things that we also feel like we want to accomplish, right? Being better friends, doing a good job at work, right? I don't know, whatever it is to you. So this is for that. Here we are. Right? Come to a comfortable tall seat, or however it is you like to start your practice. And start to initiate all of those things that you do that give you that sense of goodness and feeling and knowing, right? You're going in the right direction. So right here, you're participating with a good thing that is meant to draw you into your input in body awareness on this earth at this time, right? And as we know, we don't cling or attach ourselves to something to make it permanent. We actually maintain and practice it. So whatever goodness comes out from this, right, we facilitate further as we go off the mat, and we utilize our goodness in all the potential ways that we can. Taking a few aware breaths, length and fullness on the inhale, softness and ease on the exhale. Two more like that, inhaling. Exhaling, letting it soften down the shoulders. One more big inhale. Exhale is just readiness, right? Starting from a clean, soft, soothing, sweet space. Right? Let your hands come together at that space of your heart. Welcome yourself into your practice with a little gentle bow to your heart to share with all hearts. Release your hands and open your eyes. Okay, so also good thing that practice got lost on Monday because the lighting was horrible. So if you're here to see that happen or notice that, right, we at least have a better time to see ourselves here. Let me fix this. Yay. Okay, so come to your mat and stand in the back of it. And so I mean for us, I'm setting up like a little funny video. Okay, so you're facing at the back of the mat, facing forward, and we're basically just going to sort of work on hips and core today, because those are the two things that I feel like I need. Space in my hips, strength in my core. We all could use that, right? We use it very well in our sort of mobile practice in our living days. So our living our lives, right? So I have my feet as wide as my mat. Okay, I'm gently just going to turn my leg bones, right? So I'm showing you from the side first. I'm turning my toes out to the side and then come back, pointing them straight forward. My right toes, I'm pivoting on my heel. I'm turning to the right. You might even sort of feel a little bit more sort of action or ability to turn your rotate your leg a little bit more. Going back, planting the foot, toes going forward. Now it's the left leg, out to the left, right? So it's out and back. Right side again, out and back. Forward, left side, out and back. This next one, then the right leg goes out and back, then stamp it to the floor. So now I'm almost getting my right toes to point behind me, but I'm going to turn my chest over to my left. Keep some pressure out into the big toe, into all the tips of the toes, to make sure the whole foot is going there and we're not just kind of like torquing the knee. We don't want to torque the knee, but we want to sort of feel the space open up from sort of the pubic bone to that sort of outer crest of the hip and back into the glute. So it kind of wraps around and it comes through. Repeats, right? Come back. Ooh. Right? Left foot, I'm turning it as far as it'll turn. We're all a little different. Right, so some outer rotation, turns out, and then the right shoulder, my right side of the chest is going to my right. Left leg out left, right shoulder out right. And so this is kind of maybe even creating even a more interesting dynamic in the shift, going up over your right shoulder, down the back, right, through the legs, right, out, boop, and out into the toes. Okay, back through the middle. We're going to go for a little squat, hips no lower than the knees, right? And my arms are just kind of wherever it's reaching. I like out in front, I like up in the sky, out to the sides is not bad either, right? Come back up. Again, right foot only is turning out to the right. Now I'm going to allow my chest also to go out to the right, and my right arm is kind of tucking back behind me to my left, my palm out. Okay, keep the leg there. Now we're going to add our shoulder thing that we did last week. Follow right arm, turn the palm up towards your face, and then pull it. So I'm using my left ribs turning left, my left hand holding right wrist, and I'm actually pulling my right hand over to my left. This you'll probably feel in your shoulders, in your deltoids. Okay, come back to the middle. We have a little squat in the center to reset. Ooh. You might be feeling this differently than I am, just considering what you might have already done today in your body, or not done, right? In my case, and so this is sensational to me, which feels good. Like I'm sort of unlocking the gunk that gets stuck. Left foot turns left. I'm also turning left shoulder left, right? My left hand is now sort of pressing away. It's over to my right side. And tucking down so you can feel the back shoulder blade, palm out. Right, and when I'm going to keep the leg there, now my palm is coming forward, forward, forward. It's going to turn up, and I'm using my right hand to either hold top or bottom of that right forearm, and then pushing it, pulling it, giving it a little extra work over to my right. Right, so you can kind of feel some of those sort of notes in sort of upper and lower shoulder, maybe even in your lats. Okay, back through the middle, both feet are forward. Sitting down. So you're still have your mat out in front of you. This is kind of fun. I like a little kick, so you're gonna come up, lean to the left, pick up the right knee, and then kick that right leg out to the right. Put it back down, and sit. All right, when you come up, you're leaning over to the right leg, left knee lifts, left foot, kick your left leg out to the left. All right, bring it back, and sit it down. This now, same idea, but it's gonna step forward a little bit. So you lean to your left leg, pick up your right knee, shift your chest to the left, kick out to the right, and then when you bend the knee, step it slightly forward. Right, sit. So you have a little angle here, leaning to the right, you're standing on the right leg, left knee lifts, kick out to the left, it's gonna step slightly out in front. All right, maybe we'll call these monster kicks. Monster, a little sort of jab into the heel, down into the hips. On the right leg, left heel kick out, left foot step. This will probably bring you more balance to the front of the mat. Okay, so you're here, your hands are on your knees, push your butt back, and then put your knees back too, and then tuck your tailbone under. So I'm slightly rounding, right? So a little bit of a cat-cow, right? And then you're gonna stick your butt out. Now I have a flat back, but you could even arch it and lift the chest. So you see that difference? So now when the tailbone tucks, you're gonna tuck your chin, a little bit of abdominal muscles here, and then you're gonna lengthen the spine and look forward, butt's back behind you. One more like that, right? So tuck the tailbone, hips drop, tuck the chin, lift the chest, arch the back. Right, all the way up to stand, arms up to the sky. And now you're gonna lean over to your left foot and lift the right knee. You're gonna send the right leg out to the right, and then you're gonna sweep it back behind you. I have my left hand on top of my left thigh, and my right leg's back. My right toes turning out to the right. So when I bend my knee, my right leg's already ready to land in warrior one. Right palm turns up. I'm just gonna pedal you right back into your reverse warrior. Okay, left hand is gonna come down inside of left foot. Right arm's gonna come forward. Right hand underneath right shoulder. Right, so I'm just doing kind of a warrior lunge with a wide left foot. Right foot, step to the outside of the right, and then you're gonna drop the hips, look forward. Here's that little arch in the spine, little booty back, and then you're gonna tuck the tailbone, drop the hips, and curl the spine in, okay? That way now when you push into your toes, you lift the chest and arch, we come up, yay, 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 and hands come down to your chest. All right, and so just as an example, I'll do this face forward, feet are as wide as your mat. Now we're leaning to right foot, left knee lifts, right? Lean in so you get a little bit more of that sort of tip of the chest to balance out the weight of the left leg. And then you're sweeping from that left inner thigh, back, 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 till the heel lands. Stack, 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 the shoulders and the ribs. Right? Nice and soft. The left toes are turning out to your left, so when you step back, you gracefully get yourself into your warrior legs. Open hip. Left arm is going to lead to pick up, right? To drop back. And then right arm goes to lift, to reach back. This is a really simple path, but lots of fun, abundant breath here. To really just remind yourself of some of the good things, the finer parts, places without the performance aspect of the practice that you really sort of tap into that are, a huge part of your meditation. Left arm goes forward, left hand down. Very good, right? You're in your warrior legs. Okay, and now left foot comes to meet outside left hand. One more time on that little arch lift. There's your little archy flat back. You're maybe getting a little bit more spacious and strong through the hips. Drop the hips, tuck the tailbone, and tuck the chin. Right, so you're getting a little bit closer to that scoop, but under, right, back and neck, right, and then push into the floor, arms up to the sky. Yeah, all right, hands to the heart. This is get us a little bit farther back into the mat, right? Lean into your left foot, right knee lifts. Out to the right, Shoot the heel out, toes point forward. So there's a little more internal rotation on this one. You're still inner rotating that right thigh as you sweep that right leg back behind you. So I can have my hand kind of holding my right inner thigh to support it. Of course, you don't need that, really. Left knee bends, right leg goes back. Awesome. Then we're gonna go up through the left leg, and then bend in the right leg. I am always a fan of Dancing Warrior. Since the first time I ever did it, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this every time I practice. Right, you're gonna take your left elbow, left arm, sweep it to your right leg, right foot stays there, and then reach your left elbow as close to, if not all the way, to your right ankle. Awesome. And you pick that back up, and you take Warrior Two. Right, left hand goes inside left foot, right arm goes forward, and then hand goes down. This is a switch, left leg goes back, three-legged dog. Right, pull that knee forward towards your face to knee. And then very softly as the foot steps back, you take your first chaturanga, maybe you go all the way to the floor, and then we go for our first cobra. Right, and we really like to kind of emphasize this sort of the joy and the goodness of doing a nice cobra where you don't feel like you're just blasting yourself through the repetitious vinyasa, right? So it's kind of enjoying that you have the body awareness to tuck the shoulder back, right? Place the neck. Nice and patient with yourself too. Left shoulder, same thing, tuck back down. Nice and easy on the neck. Right, so you're practicing your strength in a really sort of efficient way, right? So once you're in down dog, and this is either a hop, step, or jump, it's up to you to get your feet to the outsides of the hands. So we're back into that wide squat. There's that nice lift, booty back. So we're kind of replacing a flat back with straight legs to like a squat with a little arched back, right? And then hips down, chin tucks. Okay, so this is still a pretty strong act in the glutes because it's keeping your knees wide and that aligned over your heels, right? Come all the way up. Whee! Arms up, hands to your heart. Now we shift to the right leg. Left knee bends, left leg up. Okay, left heel over to your left, toes pointing straight forward. So you have your foot is kind of parallel to the floor, and then you're standing steady on that right leg to sweep the left leg back. So your choice, right? So now you can see it a little bit better. If you want to hold the thigh and assist it, you can even prop yourself up in the right side of the chest with your right hand, or you can have it wide open. Okay, right knee bends, we're going to land, get your Warrior Two set, and then we're going to take that Warrior Two, straight right leg, Dancing Warrior, bend to left knee. Okay, it's that right arm, it's coming from this strong place of that shoulder blade scapula. Turn over and then dive down, reach that right elbow, tap it to that left elbow, left ankle, or close to, maybe the floor even. All right, and we come back up out of that. First it's Warrior Two, and we're gonna gracefully just slip it right into a side angle pose. So right hand to the inside of the right foot, left arm forward, hand down. Okay, left heel up, right leg is gonna slide back. So you can go for a little three-legged dog action. Right, maybe this is your grand, big goodness. Right, people love the shape. I love the shape. Right, come forward, nice little tuck, abdominals. Right, nice smooth step into your chaturanga. Right, open up to whatever it is, your cobra or your up dog. Right, tops of the feet pressed, roll over or step over, back to your down dog. Okay, and you're gonna walk your hands back to your toes. Inhale, here's your flat back, right? Heels are underneath your hips now. And we're gonna actually tuck the tailbone as you bend the knees and round to go in. Okay? Inhale, come up through flat back, straight legs. Follow it all the way up. So this is going to be a little bit more on that sort of linear stand on the heels. Right knee bends, right leg comes off the floor, right foot. Okay, and then we're actually going to kick that right heel forward. Okay, and then you're going to let that, your hips and your weight go forward so you land in that right knee. Right, so you get into your high lunge, kind of falling forward with precision, right, gracefully into your high lunge. I've always loved a good high lunge. Right, and good one means that you feel good while you're doing it, right? Or you feel good investigating what the practice is like so that we don't just expect, right, that we should be in the right form because we've been doing it, right, forever. Right? They're up. You go forward into the right leg and then we'll pick it up. Warrior 3, right? Pretty cute. Warrior 3. And we'll just add that right on. Left knee lifts. Whee! We're going to take this, lean to the right, shoot that left heel out to the left. I have enough room on my side. Right, we're going to take it out. You're going to sweep it back. So essentially, it's a full moon pose, which we're very accustomed to from last week. And then step back. I know it's the same side again, don't worry. You're in Warrior 2. And we're going to add the reverse warrior, as we did before. A nice sweep neck, right leg straight, heel the right foot, left knee bends. Super good. And this is going all the way around to that left foot, right? So you'll hook right elbow outside of left knee. Here is a really juicy and very tight, small, right? Refined version of a twisted lunge. Okay? Awesome. Right here, you lean into that left foot. Step this into the half moon pose. Reach that right arm, watch out for your plants, forward till you get into a standing split. Okay? That should be really nice. Standing split, when we kind of really cultivate our self in this shape, when we invite ourselves into it, it's a pretty awesome feeling. Okay? Right foot softly, with precision, lands to the back of your mat. You're in lunge. Left leg goes back. You're in three-legged dog. All right, and notice, you may have noticed from all this remote learning, right, that you've gained a certain level of strength in that left glute, so much that maybe that left leg is just really soaring up to the sky. Right, appreciation for that, that's good, right? Come forward, tuck your knee, face to knee to face, core, abdominal muscles in, and then, again, chaturanga through your vinyasa. Meet down dog. Let me finish this one all the way back. Right, so stepping back, popping hands back to your toes, inhale to a flat back. There's a little bit more of an arch in the spine. And then this is like a deep little malasana squat, right? Hips back, deep and down, and chin tucks too. Okay? And we kind of unravel that up through our flat back, one from our straight legs, and all the way up to the sky. And to the heart. Ooh. Okie dokie. Last set. Right? Boom. Left knee lifts, left foot off the floor. Awesome. Left leg is going to go out in front of you. There's a nice little opportunity here to very gently fall forward. Right? So now we're in our high lunge, second side, left side. Right? Let this be sturdy and let yourself make the adjustments that you deserve, right? So your adjustments for the sort of the place, right? The veracity of your practice, right? So being very clear in your honest observation of your practice, your shapes. Right, that's nice. Awesome. You're gonna come forward into the left leg, right heel lifts, warrior three. Pretty, proud, and cute. All right, when you come up to stand, right knee lifts. You'll lean to the left, shoot your right heel. I should just even move my mat. Over to your right, and then sweep it. There's your full moon pose. And then place it. There's your warrior two. Okay? Your warrior two has a really awesome reverse warrior. Like that. Come up, and that left leg straight. Bend to that right knee. Right? It's like that little tuck that you brought through that right elbow, and you go even slower and more precisely as you tuck and turn and place left elbow outside of right knee. Right? Back leg, nice and sturdy. So we're all a little different, right? If you want to get that right hip a little lower, that's nice because you can use your right hand to kind of prop open the right side belly, chest, and then you can wiggle even. You can take that left leg farther back. If you like that little extra bit of strength that comes out of this. Woo! So good. Right, so there's a really nice turn. Like that. Okay. Release. Hands are you going to release, step forward into half moon pose. That half moon pose is more like just a kind of a slow motion cartwheel transition into a really sweet standing split, right? And so making adjustments, right, is more about sort of optimizing sort of the opportunity and the benefit, right? So if you have to get back on your mat because you're long, or you stepped off it for whatever reason before, just get back on, right? Step right in. Left foot, ooh, steps back, there's your low lunge. Okay, right leg goes back, there's your three-legged dog. Feeling pretty good here. It's kind of practicing your practice, right? You notice that the right leg doesn't just lift up from your right glutes. It comes from the lift of the upper back of the heart, right? And then the softening of the front of the heart. A lift of the left heel, right? Of course, it is the glutes too, right? Knee tucks in, get close. Nice, smooth transition to step into your chaturanga, right? Nice, beautiful lift to an up dog. Back to down dog. Okay. I don't know. Look forward to your hands. You're gonna bend your knees. We're gonna take flight into a really soft, almost like you're watching every millisecond of your hop, feet to the outside of the hands, right? Just kind of preparing your breath to jump, feeling the hands press down, they're sturdy, they're connected to the earth. Your hop is so sweet. Slow enough, right? There's a flat back in the squat. Whew. And then you're gonna drop the hips, have a little tuck for a moment. Keep the hips dropped, and then lift the chest. So now we have kind of a deep, wide straddle, almost a malasana, a straddle malasana, okay? This is a little bit quirky. So you can place your hands to the outside of the knees. I'll show the front view. Okay. I'm just loving being able to have these kind of little hip openers. This is a little wild too, going over your right shoulder, right? There's a little bit of that Janet Jackson drop of the knee. It's not on the floor. Turn over your right shoulder so you have this little moment where you're kind of looking towards the space behind you. You pick up the left leg, yay, and then tuck the knee in towards your face, right? Now you've spun yourself around. You're gonna wrap that left foot or left leg around your right foot and turn over your right shoulder. That was weird, right? I know, it was a lot. Come back, unhook that left leg so it's almost a standing split. Turn it around, step it over, and you're back. So we're kind of moving. It's a little bit of an animal flow action, but you know, we're moving some stuff in. I probably shouldn't use that trademark. It is a flow that's trademarked and super fun and inspiring to do. So I recommend it if you look at that. All right, so right here, We're going turn to the right, turn further to swing into that left foot. So it's a standing split, right? You've pivoted, you've turned your entire back around on that left leg. Your right knee tucks. And instead of kicking that right leg through like we tend to thread through, that right leg goes out in front, then you kind of hook it to the left, wrap it around your left ankle, and then you're turning over your left knee. So it's a pelican twist without fully sort of converting into the full shape. Right, so that's just kind of like the power of feeling good and just kind of exploring some wackiness. Unravel that right leg. Open that to an open hip standing split. You're pivoting on that left leg. You're unraveling down to step it. Ha! Back to your center. Up to the sky. Awesome. And then release your arms down by your sides. Last piece. It's going to be a standing back bend. Feet are still wide. You take your hands behind you. My palms are facing forward, right? And they're going to go to the back of my thighs, right? I'm here. You're going to wiggle your fingers in between your thighs, right? And that wiggling is going to help you tuck your shoulder down away from your ears, right? Symmetrically, both of them. You're going to let your fingers kind of spider crawl towards the inner seams of the knees. Lift the chin, drop the head back, right? And you're very, very strong in the glutes, not easy to talk here. And you're just exploring the mobility of heart opening. Thighs, strong legs, shoulders back, feet pressed down. Slide those hands up to the legs. Woo. A lot of energy there. Arms up. Wide squat. And then hands to the floor. Okay? This is going to be a nice little hop into chaturanga or a step. And then a nice sweet up dog, all fours, hands and knees. Right, a little wiggle in the shoulders and the chest. Just making sure that your sort of actions have sort of permitted a good feeling. Just working through your practice. Feet go to the right. Sweep your hips around and come to the seat. That was quick. Right, just enough. Right, come to a place where you're, again, just kind of tapping in, right? You notice how neatly we get right back to this position that we started class with without any struggles, right? So there's nothing to shed right here. Just all feel, right? Feel like what comes in from your engagement, from your breath, from having practice, right? Any type of practice is worthy to really just kind of investigate, right? Just to judge. You don't have to describe it, but your investigation is your sense of feel, right? What's glowing from you right now, like light, heat, right? Energy. This is something we're tapping into that is still always constant. We just get distracted. It's a reminder. Maybe that's why we do this. Your hands come together. Right? And gently rub the hands together. Just so. Enough to, again, build up a heat friction in the hands. And this is for the eyes. Being that it is Wednesday and you've seen so much, right? You heat the hands and warm them enough. And you slow it down. And you bring them right over your eye sockets. Not hard pressure, just light energy coming out the palms, soothing the energy of the eyes and the brain and the way we process information. You remove them, eyes are closed, the hands are in your heart. Whatever it is good to you that you deserve. Practice on. Namaste. Yay. Thanks for coming. Happy Wednesday, or whatever day it is for you. See you on Friday at 6 o'clock. Stay sweet. Talk soon. Happy holidays. Okay. Bye.